Thank you, Manny. Oh, I went running for the first time. Time to go running. It is absolutely a torrential downpour outside right now. That was very fun, but genuinely got kind of scary after that last little stretch. I'm not running very far. This feels very scary and dangerous. I mean, it was lightning, like I would say every 10 seconds all over the place. Oh, that was close. It's a hectic amount of lightning. This is nuts. Very cool. Oh boy, water's getting in my house. My house is leaking. Apparently this has been a problem in Edmonton. A lot of houses flooded back in June. This place is exciting. Say something to the people, Manny. Thank you. He's so cute. It's crazy. Last night was hectic. I went for my first run and I am so relieved. Not to be overly emotional or anything, but like that was a really, really tough 2.5 months. That was rough. Whenever you get some kind of like real injury that completely stops you in your tracks from your goals, it's one of those things that like you try to keep a positive attitude the whole time, but that depression was wild. Like you can act jolly and do what you gotta do, but like you are fighting that off the entire time, and I think the best way is just try to go day by day, obviously, but it has been one exhausting battle to stay positive. Like the move to Edmonton, all these different factors. Selling the house was definitely an ordeal too. But yeah, that lightning was bananas last night. That was crazy. It was very fun. That was a good time. That was really neat. I was having a blast. I only ran for about 2 kilometers because like it got to a point where the roads were entirely flooding. I was paying attention to where lightning was striking, and it definitely looked like it was starting to get close to touching the ground. At first, it was just like spider webs in the sky. But then there was a few times that it looked like it would just like... It freaked me out. If you know anything about electricity, it's not good to be soaking wet and get hit by it. It's not a good call. I'm a little bit choked. I tried to get footage on this thing, but I had it on the time-lapse setting. It doesn't look very good. I don't know if you guys give a shit about this, but like there's so much construction going on right now with the sewage of Edmonton because everything was overflowing. So they're now like fixing all these pipes and stuff like that clearly probably a bunch of it got washed away. A lot of the infrastructure got damaged. Apparently this is not normal whatsoever. It's probably fine though, right? It's probably not a sign anything's changing. Not a big deal, everyone. Just chill. Yeah, going back to the depression side of things. Injuries suck. I really did not enjoy that process, and I really hope I'm going to try to be very cautious about everything that I do moving forwards right now. At least the big plus was last night I felt awesome. I felt really good running. This probably sounds so strange. I don't really feel like a runner still, even though I just started running all the time, basically as an entire objective in my life. I still don't feel like I'm that much of a runner, which is so weird. I think it's because I'm always adapting, like I'm always trying to climb this ladder. But last night I felt like a runner. That was a cool feeling. I'm probably going to text all my coaches tomorrow, tell them the good news, and tell them that I'm going to be able to start training again and talk to them about what the schedule is going to look like. I'm also been trying to find a job, and I've been really torn. This is like a really frustrating one. I keep getting torn between what kind of job I should get right now. I have a lot of experience in a lot of different things, but I hate job hunting. I'm trying to make sense of it, and it's been a debate between like marketing jobs and being an electrician, and being an electrician's more of a shoe-in for me for sure. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it'd be overly nuts to go get an electrical job. But it's way harder on your body, and I keep being really intimidated by it. I've also been self-employed for like 3 years. It just feels kind of like a few steps back. I feel like so much of what I'm doing right now are steps back. Like that's why I feel like this kind of challenge is so difficult to pull off, is that like to do whatever it takes requires a lot of things that you don't want to do. And like some things that are at the cost of your mental health, which isn't typical, I would say. Like for most people, I would hope that that's not how they're pursuing their goals in life, is potentially sabotaging their mental health. That's what it feels like for me. It definitely feels like I just keep feeling like I can understand why people wouldn't do this. I can understand why people would bail or fail or any of those things. Because it's tough to lock yourself down and continue to do it. There's just always, it's very difficult to like celebrate because the second you're done, it's like, oh, you just open up a door to so many other things that you have to get accomplished, essentially. Like I just opened up the door to actual training. Actual training is scary. I'm not going to pretend like it's not. It's very scary. This is where I'm going to sound like an absolute lunatic. Don't love running. I love that it's my objective. I love that I can make myself do it. I don't love running though. Certainly is not my favorite thing to do, but it's more of trying to prove a point. I think a lot of people out there don't think that they're very tough, because that's the trick about this condition, is it tries to convince you that you're not at all. Sometimes people convince you that it's all in your head. I don't know how to even describe like how when the condition really starts to act up, it feels like you're weak, even though you're not. And I was convinced by that for a really long time. Like I always felt like going to work, like a bit of a perspective piece, but when I used to go and work as an electrician specifically, I went into that career thinking I was going to fail because of how much my body didn't like it at all. It's really labor intensive, climbing ladders and on your knees a lot of the time. Like it's very physically demanding. I used to do solar panel work constantly. So I'd be up on roofs and I'd just be like hauling tons and tons of supplies. And we do it off grid too. So like a lot of the time I was loading up boats, unloading boats, loading boats back up again, unloading them again. It was a lot. It's a lot. And I went into that career thinking I was going to fail. Because I had to. I had to go in being like, I might not be able to hack this physically. And I did pull it off. But one of the things that was really fascinating is while I was doing that job specifically, because it was every day. Like it was always demanding, especially in the summer times. Doesn't matter. My bad days were brutal. My regular days were pretty brutal too, I would say. Not all the time, don't get me wrong, but like most of the time it was. It was really hard. I kept having this theory that I was like, because my body hurts so much, and because of all of these different variables, I was like, I wonder if I'm actually toughing it out way more than even I think. I became kind of convinced that I was. It was shortly after that when I started actually running. And I ran like 50 kilometers in the first 6 weeks without training or any understanding of any of it. And that's when I was like, oh, okay, I probably was right. I haven't been lying to myself about how brutal and difficult it actually is to contend with. It's the thing that I really want people who have the condition to understand, is like how tough they are just having this condition, how tough they can be. And for people outside of it, like how hard it really is for folks, because it's no joke. It's so brutal sometimes. And it's the consistency of difficulty is so high. And that's the thing that hopefully I can translate relatively well. Because all we can do is talk about it. It just seems weird. Sometimes it makes me like really upset. When I hear people going through it, it kind of crushes me too. In a weird way, I don't mind that I go through this. I really hate knowing that other people do. You know, I hate knowing that people have to experience what I've had to. I hope this run makes sense. God, I hope it makes sense. I get these lingering feelings of fear and self-doubt all the time. And it freaks me out because it's so much of my life and it's so difficult. At the end of the day, you can't control the outcome. You can just do whatever that you can to make sense of it, but it doesn't change the fact that it's very difficult to mentally stay in that pocket and keep it going constantly, because it's a lot. The door to self-doubt can just open up and you can get thrown through it. Anyways, I'm running again and I'm happy about it. I'm very sore today. I'm being asked to go to West Edmonton Mall right now, so I gotta go take my doggo out. Do some things. I'm gonna go see if there's some wreckage around my area, because it was a gusting last night. I'm gonna go check out West Edmonton Mall with my buddy.